Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I have so much that I want to share and talk about and do today. But I I'm moving kind of slow this morning, so I hope that you will all be patient with me as we celebrate National Random Acts of Kindness. And so I thought, good morning, Valerie. I thought, what a better way to share some kindness than to have a pop-in paint party surprise. So that's where we are today. So look, I haven't even finished my banana or chewed up my vitamins. Maybe if I do that along the way, that will speed my brain up a little bit. Anyway, make sure you have a big drink of water. So we are well on our way to getting our 64 ounces. So if you are brand new here, if you would like, comment and share and Corbiere-Scott Designs, I would greatly appreciate that. On Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and then ask to join our private Facebook groups, Stitch Along with Anne and Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs. You won't be sorry that you did. That's where you can share pictures of your own creations and keep the conversation going. I love that. I love that. For all things Anne and Artsy, go to AnneCorbiereScottDesigns.com, and today you're really going to want to go to AnneCorbiereScottDesigns.com because I released all of the art printables that everybody at the retreat got. So Wildflower 1, Wildflower 2, Wildflower 3, Wildflower 4, Wildflower 5, and Wildflower 6. And I have big ideas of what we can create with all of those printables throughout our pop-in paint parties. So I have some pockets and some flips and all kinds of things. So I will show you what they all look like. So most of you have already purchased Wildflower, oops, that's Wildflower 2. Wildflower 1. Almost everyone has purchased this one. If you haven't, be sure to get it because we're going to be making lots of stuff with this one. Here's Wildflower 2. It has more long stem wildflowers. Wildflower 3 is kind of an interesting one because I made one side is like a full page of art and the other side is 3 more wildflowers. Then Wildflower, here we go, Wildflower 4 is sentiments, all like girl power, wildflower sentiments, and then some hand-drawn items on this side, some hand-lettered sentiments, some labels that I drew, some are like little banners, okay, and then Wildflower 5, I have the, I have this giant stack, and I have some that are some that are printed on watercolor paper, and some that are printed on copy paper. Good morning, Susan. Here's Wildflower 5, more wildflower sentiments, and then more hand lettered sentiments, and then here is Wildflower 6. And this the same, more wildflower sentiments on this side and empowerment sentiments, and then more hand lettered sentiments on this side. So you'll also, I kind of had this big idea. Well, we have a lot of work ahead of us, so I won't get you too overwhelmed. But I'm going to be using Anne's Alphabet 1 and Fella Fodder because one of the sentiments says pocket full of posies. And you'll notice on this art printable, there's a pocket. And so I thought, what a cool idea. We could fill that pocket full of posies. So just know that that's coming down the pike too. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside because we need to do we need to work on our Stay Hydrated page. So let's see, where are we? Today is the 17th. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 17. This is really helping me drink all my water. That's for sure. Anyway, so I'm going to, and I hope that you're continuing to fill up your fruit and veggie page. I am still working on my Super Bowl page, just kind of slowly building that. And then here's my Lunar New Year. I haven't exactly figured out how I want to do my sentiments, my lettering on there. So I'm just going to hold off until I kind of know where I want to go with that. And then this side, do you remember last week we did the Inchies page? Can I tell you how madly in love I am with that Inchies page? I'm just in love with it. And what I did and what I kind of envisioned was I wanted to put one of the art printable, one of the wildflowers. So I chose milkweed because I liked that long, graceful stem. But I wanted to do it all in black and white. And then this little stamp that I drew, Wild Soul. Anyway. So that's kind of our first foray into wildflowers throughout our art journal. So now we need to fill up some more pages. And so the first thing we need to do is to paint some flowers. So I have some varying degrees of doneness over here. I have these flowers that I've painted. These are done. These I still need to paint. These I started, but I'm thinking I want to do those long stems. So here we go. Move this. Okay, so I have some Rachel Beth paints that I'm going to play with this morning. I have a couple of different collections. So Larkspur, lots of people call that, I think it's from the same family as lupine and some people say lupin. Whatevs. It doesn't really matter. It's just a pretty flower. So I want to concentrate on this one because I kind of had an idea. So I have lots of shades of purple in all of these little palettes that I have this morning. I have one in a jillion, soulmates, hibernating, and lilac groves. So that's what I'm going to paint this morning. Good morning, Carm. So I was thinking about, I saw this quote this morning and I thought, oh, that's us. But like, we could change it just a little bit. So this girl was talking about that art doesn't need to be a big production or time commitment. All you really need is a supply that you love, watercolors, a sketchbook, or something to paint, right? And 20 minutes. And a reminder, so we're about an hour. So we're going to just enjoy the heck out of some art this morning. And a reminder that it's about the way it makes you feel. And isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth, you guys? So I soaked my brush for a little bit, and I'm going to really work that water into my paint, because remember, these, not all of her paints are shimmer, but the ones that I pulled out today are all shimmer. And so we really want to really work that water into that pigment. And I'm just going to randomly add some of this color. My idea is that I want to have many shades of purple, because that's how it is in real life. So I'm just adding bits, right? And I don't want it to be too, I want to put lots of layers on here. So tap off that, tap off that, tap off that, right? I just want to start to like slowly build some colors on here. It's the truth, isn't it, Carm? When I think about art, it should absolutely be a joy, right? It should never feel like something we have to do. It's something we get to do. So I'm going to add some of this purple now. Little by little, building this variety of purples on this larkspur. This was one of my mom's favorite wildflowers on Sugar Island, so it's so special to me, you know. Little by little, move that color around. Tap that off, clean my brush, and now I have at least 2 more purples to play with, but I'm going to come back with my damp brush and move that color around just a little bit more. I just wanted to have lots of depth, so I kept feeling like if I had kind of many shades of purples, that it would, like some more violet, some more blue violet, some more red violet, that would give it some really nice play. And it would give it like lots of cool depth. You know, I'm all about that. So I'm just starting to move that color around just a little bit. And the shimmer just adds to the coolness factor, that's for sure. Little by little. There we go. Because I still have those other purples that I want to add. So I'm going to get like a little bit of a base here. Okay, I'm loving this so far. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. But I do have 2 more purples. So in the one in Agalion, I have Bashful Butterfly Fish, and it's a deep purple. So I want to be a little more mindful about where I place that. So I'm going to place that at the base of each of these little petals and create a little bit of depth. So I'm just going to just add a little bit. Taking a moment to really work that water into the pigment. So we have lots of flowers to paint on these art printables, all the wildflower series, but we have lots to create with them too. So let's make a pact that we will continue to paint all the flowers, and then we will just start building pages with all these flowers. So we'll be working with this again tomorrow. There's a really nice color here in Soil Mates called Finest Fennel, this beautiful green. So I'm just really working my brush into that green, and then I want to come down here, and I really like it. It's kind of an unusual green, which makes it even cooler, right? And just do all these little bits of stem over here, a bigger space. And then here. Oh, look at that. So pretty. So pretty. Now I need to wait for that to dry. But this red clover, I could actually start painting on this one too. Good morning, Peg. So red clover is a little bit of a more pinky purple. So in the Lilac Groves, I'm going to do this Blooming Buds, work that water into that color. And I'm going to just put bits of that color at the base of all of these petals, because then I'm going to slowly work it up throughout the entire flower. I'm loving all of these long tall Sally flowers with the long stems. That's making me happy. Okay, so now I'm going to let that sit for a little minute. Hey, so did anybody happen to see my post about with the rainbow steps? So if you happen to know where those rainbow steps are, you know kind of what's in the works. But if you don't, I put a link on there, or you can just go look up a place called the Whatever Craft House. And the Whatever Craft House is a amazing retreat kind of center in Newton, Kansas. And on March 1st, a big announcement is going to be happening. But I'm going to start doling out little clues about it as the week. I think it's 2 weeks till March 1st. I think. Anyway, we're right about 2 weeks. So I'm going to start doling out clues. But many of you know already that I love that place, and I have never been. I have loved it from afar for years. And I will tell you that I'm going to be teaching an art retreat there with Lindsay Ostrom. And the dates and like all the details will come out on March 1st. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled on my social media and my newsletters, because that's where I will post more details. But it will go live on March 1st. I saw somebody, yes, we are having a retreat together, Valerie. Someone posted, they thought that the retreat was going to happen on March 1st. It is not going to happen on March 1st. That's when all the details will go out to everyone. But I will tell you that seating is very limited. That's why I'm telling you to really pay attention, because it will go fast. Okay, let's see. Oh, honest to Pete. I keep getting these little things popping up on my screen. Okay, now I'm going to start to blend. The deepest purple. Oh, my brush was way too wet. Work that in. Do that jiggy jaggy blend. I love that. I love that. Just that little bit of depth that deeper purple adds. The house sleeps 16, and that means that Lindsay and I count for 2 of those 16. So between 13 and 14, depending on some other factors, but for sure 13. Oh my gosh, look at that. I love it, love it, love it. Just that little bit of depth. And you know, if you have too much pigment on your brush, just tap it off on your paper towel. Or if you have an area that feels like it doesn't have enough, take that pigment and put it into another area. You know what I mean? There we go. Slow build. And ta-da. Oh my gosh. So we're going to be painting over the next little while. We're going to be painting all these wildflowers, like I said, from wildflower 1, 2, and 3. We're going to paint the flowers like nobody's business. And then we're going to we're going to be building pages in our art journals, creating cards with the flowers and the sentiments. Like, it took me months to gather all the sentiments and flowers that I wanted represented in this collection. If you know me, everything is very heartfelt. It just takes me a while to pull it all together. Oh my gosh, yeah. That's making me so happy. Okay. Oh my gosh. What do you think, you guys? I'm kind of in love with those. That's making me so happy. So, let's see. Let's kind of fiddle with this one. So I'm going to rinse my brush, tap it off so it's just damp. And now I'm going to move this color up each of these little petals. And it's going to get lighter as it reaches the end of the end of each little petal. And you see, it doesn't take much, but it does slow you down, and that's a good thing, right? Art should be nice and slow. So we get the full effect of all those feelings, those feel-good feelings that happen when we make art. And remember, what was that quote? Remember how the way it makes you feel when you're painting. It's the best. I'm loving that, but I really want it to be a little more, well, no, I kind of like it. I was thinking I wanted it to be a little more pinky, but I think I need to let it sit for a little bit so I can kind of figure it out. This is the Pink Jewel Fleabane, and it's kind of pink and kind of a lime green, so I need to find some other paint colors to come over and do that. The lady slipper is also kind of more pink, and so, but goldenrod, I have this really pretty, look at this, in Soil Mates, and if you're a retreat attendee, you have that in your dot cards. Donated by Rachel Beth. There's a color here called Gallant. Remember Goofus and Gallant in Highlights magazine? Anybody? Anyway, there's a color in here called Gallant Ginger, and so I'm going to use some of that to I'm gonna get just gonna jiggy jaggy apply some of this color. Right. And then I want to come back in with another kind of a yellow on top of it. Because this one's quite strong, I want to, I mean, and that color could be from, it doesn't have to necessarily be more watercolor, right? It could be a gel pen, or it could be a Posca, or it could be, right? It could be lots of different things. So it could be some watercolor colored pencils, right? I just wanted this shimmer to kind of play a role and experiment a little bit. Because do you see how this looks kind of dark, and I really want it to be light and airy. So let's see what we can do with it. And you see, I'm just jiggy-jaggy, adding color to this. These pretty flowers, these posies. Okay, let's see. I want to get some of that paint. Like that was a little heavy-handed, so let's rinse our brush. Tap, tap, tap. Get some water over here, and then let's tap that off. That's better. Okay, so I have that going on, but I think that's pretty dry. So now I'm thinking, let's see if I can come up with another. I don't know that there's a yellow in here. Let's see. No. I want another. Maybe let's come in with, you know what, I'm thinking with a mild liner. Let's see what happens. And I just add bits of, see what I mean? Like just some bits of that lighter yellow to just kind of start to build some. It's just going to take away the darkness and brighten it just a little bit. So it's not necessarily the flowers, but look, there's a lot of necessarily, sorry about that. There's a lot of little openings where I can get some more, I can add more color in there because it's kind of a bunch, kind of a flower, grows in kind of a bunch. And I can go just like ever so slightly over the edges. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted it to look like. And we are all about mixed media in this group, aren't we? Ta-da. This is making me so happy. I hope you are coloring yours too. I hope that you have, if you were not a retreat attendee, you will get to do some of the things that the attendees got to do. I'm doing all different things with these flowers than I did at the retreat. So just know that that's, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, now I'm thinking I might want to come in there with some, no, I didn't use a blender pen, Carm. I used one of my mild liners. So I put the gold down, the Gallant Ginger from Soil Mates, and then I came in with just my yellow mild liner and kind of just started to build some depth. Just like this, just like the Larkspur, where we wanted to build depth, I'm doing the same thing here, just with that watercolor and then the mild liner. And now I'm really feeling like I want to do some gel pen work. So I have, well, I have a couple of, I don't know, let's see how bright this is. So I'm going to be fussy cutting these anyway. So I have this kind of a creamy yellow. So maybe that. I don't know. I might just tap that off too. I might come in, what if I came in with white? That might be cool too. Let's see. Oh, that's a glaze. I think I might want kind of just the regular white gel pen, because I feel like that might be a little too, I kind of want the white to really be seen. Do you know what I mean? So maybe I come in with something else. Okay, so now let's go back to the Larkspur. I'm feeling like it might be almost done, but maybe we could add just a little bit of, I don't know. In the One in a Gillion, there is a deeper green, which is similar to the green that's in Soil Mates. So I'm wondering if I come in with that green. It's called Unique Unicorn Fish, and you see it's like a, almost like a, like an emerald, like quite jewel toned. I'm wondering if we just add little bits of that. As we go along, to add a little depth to the stem. There we go. So pretty. Now I'm gonna let that dry, and then we'll pull that out too. And then the red clover, I think I want to come in with that first green. I really like that finest fennel. I'm going to pull that all the way down. And this came out quite concentrated, so I'm going to continue to pull from this color onto these other bits. Okay, let's rinse our brush. Good morning, Vic. How are you today? And I'm going to water that down just a little bit. And then I think I'm going to tap off to just see what I can. Oh, yeah. That just always makes me so happy. Because then I can build a little bit more. So I have that light green shimmer on there. But I think I want to come in with that deeper green just a little bit. Right there at the base. Yes. And right there. And then pull that kind of down one side. That's going to give me a little bit of form on my stem. Maybe I should have done that on this too. Look, let's have it down this side on this one. Because I'm feeling like the sun is over here. So we're on the right side is going to be the shadow. And remember, it's okay if you kind of overshoot the edge because we're going to be fussy cutting these anyway. Okay. Now I need to let everything dry. And you know, I get myself all impatient. Let's see, what can we color? What can we do? Oh my gosh. Then stay inside. Well, go to the store and get all stocked up and then stay inside, Vic. I have this Comedy Lounge, kind of a yellowy green in Midnight in Tokyo. I'm thinking I might play with that a little bit. It is not a shimmer. So I want to kind of fiddle with that a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it? When you have to go out in it. I loved the snow when I was at home, when it was, I didn't have to go in it. I think I'm going to let these go, and then I'm going to pull up, I'm going to bring over the, okay, so these are the 3 flowers at the bottom of the Wildflower 3. So we have the Mayflower, we have the Saguaro flower, and Golden Poppy. And I am thinking I want to do, so I started these with some yellow in the centers. Just kind of move that color ever so slightly. Pull some of that off maybe. Tap it off. So it seems really stark, right? But now I want to come in Midnight in Tokyo. I have this Nightclub, which is kind of a bright color. But I'm thinking if we do a bright base, then we can build on top of that. Do you know what I mean? So let's work that water into that pigment. And I know this is super bright, but I promise there is a method to my madness. And I want this layer to be quite watery. So I want to build depth, but I want to start with this bright base. So pretty. I hope you're painting along. I hope you're finding joy in all of these wildflowers. I know that's super bright. I know it is. But we're going to slowly build it out. A Mayflower, I'm trying to remember what color it is, but here's the thing. I can paint it whatever I want, right? That's the beauty of, because I think a Mayflower is white. I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. Mayflower. It's not coming up. Oh, well. I know this is quite green, so let's... This Comedy Lounge, I kind of like this green because it's kind of that olivey green that I kind of love. So let's do the base of the saguaro flower. And the saguaro flower is mostly white, but every now and again you see one that's slightly different colored, like one that's a little bit pinkish. Sometimes they look a little bit orangish. Nothing like a ride in the desert in the spring to see the desert just come into bloom. Oh, it's the greatest. It's kind of like a meadow in the Midwest in the summer or in the spring, where you start to see it just explodes with color. I love that. So think about some things that you could do today for random acts of kindness. I mean, it could be writing out a card to a friend, or if you're snowed in like Vicky, and I don't know, Pegs, are you getting big weather? I have one little rogue bristle off the end of my paintbrush that I keep seeing. little by little, build that color. You know what? Let's do this leaf. Let's start this leaf with that same base of color. So we're going to continue painting these flowers tomorrow. So you'll see kind of where I take mine, like what happens to them. So now you see I'm adding that green over some of this bright orange, and it's kind of fascinating what happens when you have that base of color when you put one color over another, you automatically get this, I don't know, kind of a deeper, like the color comes on like a deeper version of itself. And that's kind of where I want to go with these petals. I want to start to build color on top of them. So the center of this I know is yellow, and I don't have any yellow just yet. So we could come in with this green and then do some yellow around it. And then our petals are white. How's everybody doing? You know what? Let's use that green for this leaf too. I don't know, just see where we go. Like I said, by tomorrow, I'll have worked on these a bit more. Oh, I'm loving it. Love it, love it, love it. You know what? I do have this green in Lilac Groves. Oh, and I have this green. What if I kind of blended these two greens? I have this bright green in the Dio dos Montes, and let's see, I think I have a, yep, palette, and I can pull some of that. We want, remember, when you're mixing a color, you always want more of the lightest color and just a little tiny bit of the darker color. So let's get some of this into this little pan. We don't need much, that's for sure. Now, let's clean our brush before we go into another paint. And now we're going to add some of this heart-shaped leaves from Lilac Groves, just a little bit to the limeish greenish. And you know, as always, if you are experimenting with color, paint it on. These are all going to be fussy cuts. So look, there we go. So let's look at that. So this is our mixed color. This is the straight. There, do you see how that's a deeper shade of that color? I kind of like that. So let's come in here. But that's a shimmer. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. I'm thinking, what if we come in and we put some of this green down and then tap it off. So we just start with that hint of color. There we go. Tap, tap, tap. And move that. So that is super bright, but we can absolutely, we're going to paint on top of another color. That's going to give us a really cool, look at that. I'm going over it with that original green, which is Comedy Lounge. So like we did with these, we're going to just start to build color, one color on top of another color. Pull some of that, so let's start to blend out the deeper sections. There we go. Ta-da! This side is deeper, so let's make this side a little darker by just continuing to add little bits of pigment on top of that bright color. See where that takes us. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it so much. So much cool color play in there. How am I doing on time? Oh, I have 1 minute. Well, I will bid you all adieu and say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will meet right back here tomorrow morning and we will paint some more. And I'm sure we'll have all kinds of things to chat about. Vicky, stay safe and warm. All my cold weather friends, please stay safe and warm today. I hope you stay inside and just make some art. And if you're a warm located person, go outside and let the sun shine on your face a little bit today. It makes, I love painting a page. I know. Don't you love painting a page full of flowers? Peggy, what could be finer? Not much, I don't think, in this world. Not much. I adore you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock, right back here. Bye, everyone.